Alright guys, back to work on the swap. Today we're going to be doing this sandwich plate from Glow Shift. We're going to put on the K24 Del Sol here. This is going to allow us to run our oil pressure sensor, which I would very much like to have inside the car. I have a gauge wired up already, ready to go. So basically this thing sits behind the oil filter on the back of the engine, and it uses this little, whatever you call this thing right here. Uses this, goes through here, and you screw that into the to the threads that are already there, that the oil filter comes with stock. So that's what we're going to be doing. So we're going to find the hole we want for here. We're going to go ahead and thread our oil pressure sensor in. Let me put the phone down so y'all can see better. So we're going to take our oil pressure sensor and put it in whatever port you want. It sends plenty of ports along. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, about 4 ports on this thing, so that's nice and handy. So we're going to take this thing, screw it in there, grab ourselves a wrench like we have here, tighten that bad boy down. And this stuff, it does see higher oil pressure, so we're gonna want to tighten it to pretty decent. So get this thing nice and snug. Alright, it's pretty tight. It might leak, but if it does leak, then I can always tighten it once it's on the engine. There, our oil pressure sensor's in. That should be good to go. And then we're gonna block off actually the rest of the ports on here. Besides, actually for now we're gonna block off all of them. But when we do the turbo, I have the feed line that has to go on here, so we're gonna have to reopen the blocks. But the Glow Shift sends these plugs along. They just go inside the ports here and blocks off the oil from coming out of here. So let's get to this. Let's open this and see what they sent in here. Oh my. Always making a mess, man. I tell you what. It's crazy. Now hopefully I can find all of them. But of course I made a mess earlier with the oil filter. I was taking it off the engine and I just dumped oil everywhere. But the way these Hondas are designed, the oil filter on the back side of the engine is not very convenient. So let's go ahead and thread these things in. Get yourself an Allen key, because that's what the heads are on these. Wrong size. I waste most of my time just looking for the right size thing, dude. It's crazy. There we go. Now, I'm not sure. I think these are 1/8 of an inch holes or whatever. Threaded holes. But yeah. That one, we've got one in now, as you can see here. Let's put oh, my ratchet just fell down. Let's put these other 2 in here. Plug off the holes nice and tight. I may or may not have just stripped this thing, I don't know. That's crazy. Hopefully it doesn't leak, but possibilities are endless. You know, it might be actually standard, I'm not sure. I should check, but in my stupidity, I'm just going to thread these things in and hope for the best. If they leak, I'll have to do something else about it. But alright, our block offs are in. We should be good to go. Now I'm going to put this thing through here. I believe it goes like this, and this will thread onto the threads where the oil filter used to go. So it's going to go like this, thread into there, and I'll show you all what it looks like when we're done. Alright, so I managed to get the sandwich plate put on. Sorry for the wire mess, but if you'll take a look down there, we have the sandwich plate installed and the oil pressure sensor also with the wire attached to it. Never mind the mess of wires, but this thing's still not finished and there's still a mess of wires in here, so you know the deal. But anyways, the sandwich plate's on. I just wanted to show you all before I put the oil filter back on. But yeah, there it is, and hopefully it doesn't get in the way of anything, but it should do the job as long as it doesn't leak. But yeah, getting closer to done, guys. Getting the swap closer to driving, a little bit at a time.